Once again, it is everybody's favourite time of the year when they get to spend time with the people they love. Of course, I'm talking about FitFest. Now, when I said the people I love, of course I meant that we love to watch compete. And once again, FitFest is bringing some of the best CrossFit athletes in the world to the UK for our enjoyment. In fact, some of them will be on a team called the Rest of the World, and they will be going up against Team Europe. So who is going to win? Can Europe hold off the rest of the world? Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, of course, I haven't had the opportunity to read your comments yet. I am recording this in your past, but it wouldn't surprise me if I saw some comments about these teams not being particularly well balanced. But the question is, does that really matter? Is that the purpose of FitFest? Well, let's remember that the Elite Showcase is just one element of FitFest. If you like CrossFit, for example, there is Triple Threat, a three-person team competition that will be going on at the same time. And just like last year, they will have British rowing and British weightlifting, but they will also be adding British powerlifting. And then, of course, there will be ATHX once again. There's going to be obstacle course racing, Cooper's Run. You'll have vendors, a fitness hub. So there is so much more going on than just the Elite Athlete Showcase. So when we look at it in that context, it's much more of a fitness expo. And to be honest, it is really nice to see so many different elements of fitness on display under one roof. And last year, getting to see people that were there for British rowing or weightlifting, heading over, watching the CrossFit, giving it a go with some of the challenges that were being put on by different vendors, it was just nice to see so many people getting exposed to these different forms of fitness. Now, of course, if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I'm not going to be there, so I won't get to experience any of that, but it sounds interesting and I'd like to see what's going on, well, make sure you're following my Instagram or this YouTube channel, because I will be reporting from the floor from Friday through to Sunday, trying to have a look at everything that is going on at FitFest and, of course, this Elite Showcase. And I would also say that my friends at Rising Tide are going to be at FitFest. So if you like any of the t-shirts you've seen me wearing during this video, you'd like to get your hands on some and maybe not pay the shipping and just pick them up direct, I recommend giving them a follow on Instagram, sending them a message if there's something you'd like to get hold of, including these t-shirts as well as some of the cards that you can see behind me as well. And also follow their social media as well as mine, because we will potentially be doing a special giveaway at FitFest. So just keep an eye out for that announcement coming soon. But ultimately, if you're here on this channel, I guess you're probably most interested in the Elite Athlete Showcase. So they have put together two incredible teams, not just incredible with regards to the athletes themselves and their ability, but also when we think about the popularity of some of these athletes. So it's definitely easy to feel like we are being spoiled over here in Europe at the moment. We have just had the Rogue Invitational and been able to watch some of the best in the world compete there, and now we're going to get to enjoy this exhibition of incredible athletes at FitFest. But of course, these are two incredibly different events, not just because one was an individual comp and the other is team, but the whole purpose behind them is completely different as well. Now, of course, Rogue is your classic competition. It's incredibly prestigious, it has a big prize purse, athletes are being pushed to their limits and they are in it to win it. It is also incredibly high pressure. FitFest, on the other hand, is an exhibition. It's a lot less pressure for these athletes. Now, of course, they are competitive by nature, and when on the competition floor, we're sure they're going to be giving it their all. But it will be different. Now, while some might say, well, that's going to be a less enjoyable viewing experience for me, what we'll actually find is that off the field, the athletes are a lot more approachable, they are more relaxed, and last year this led to a lot of great fan interactions. Now that is important. It means it's not just their fitness that is on display, but we get to know these athletes as people. That allows people to become fans of them. They're going to follow them on Instagram or follow their YouTube videos that they're putting up. And that will help them because it will attract more sponsors to them. It will show that they are somebody these companies can invest in. And unfortunately, at the moment, that is so fundamental for people who are trying to progress their careers within CrossFit, because let's be honest, the money from just competing isn't there at the moment. Now, if you're sitting at home and maybe you're in the US, for example, and thinking, well, I'm not going to get those fan interactions, so really I would have just preferred a decent stream where I can watch this competition, I understand where you're coming from. And once again, I would just say, hey, maybe give me a follow, keep an eye on what I'm doing over the weekend, because if they're more relaxed, the interactions are better for the fans. Also, probably the interactions I get to have with them are better. So we're hoping for some really great conversations that I will be able to share with you here on YouTube and Instagram. So yes, FitFest, it's not the Rogue Invitational, nor is it Wadapalooza or the CrossFit Games. But it also doesn't try to be. It is something different. It is a celebration of fitness and these athletes, and a unique opportunity for those of us here in the UK or any that want to visit.